We're getting this show on the road. Who can tell me what happened 5 minutes ago on This Isn't the Party Splitting?
Max, don't lie to the viewers. That was a week ago.
Are you sure?
Definitely.
Beth, can you confirm?
Yeah, it was last week.
Can I tell you something really bad? Is that I second-guessed myself.
Because of how quickly I said that?
I second-guessed whether or not this was... We actually did record 5 minutes ago or not.
Welcome back to This Isn't Gaslighting.
Welcome back to This
This
Isn't Gaslighting.
is actually gaslighting.
Who can tell me what happened last time?
Well, we all got divorced. Just kidding. We didn't get divorced.
No, first we're going to get married, and then we'll get divorced.
It's true. This episode, we're getting married. Last episode, we planned to get married for an hour.
What is
It's true.
happening right now?
Iris,
No.
Chrys, and Cosmo are getting married.
You're
That's
not.
true.
You're not gonna make me do the recap because none of you want to do it, and you're just
Max,
spewing nonsense.
Were you not here last week when we planned the marriage?
Stop.
We have matching engagement rings. When you put them together, we actually turn into like one giant superhero.
Last time, you all got charms. You spent a lot of time planning your adventure. Cosmo and Iris, you both decided that you're probably not going to go in guns blazing when it comes to Team Battery Acid. And Chrys, you made the decision to accompany Mouse tomorrow out to a little town in Virginia called McAfee Ridge. You're on the hunt for a man who lived 100 years ago named Sylvester, who apparently came face to face with the same creature you all fought at Heart and Stone. You also have a lead with a man named Stanley Kubernetes, who put out a Blake's list. And then some other stuff happened. Chrys scared a kid in a store. I think Iris pulled out a shotgun. And some other stuff happened. Skills were increased. And now, for today's main event, we split the party. Not fully, yet, not as much as we're going to be. However, we begin on the night of May 12th, 2033. Because Cosmo, you made a promise to Ozma.
Yeah, we're getting dinner with Ozma's parents.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing to dinner night?
Well, I take my first shower in like several days. I've had a hard time of it. Sometimes you can't really get the energy to shower, but Cosmo showers because I don't want to be stinky for this.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing regular black slacks and a white button-up shirt.
Oh, so like pretty nice.
Yeah, like but pretty like business. Like not business casual, not business formal, just regular business.
Just regular business. All right.
In fact, it's actually sewn on the inside of my shirt, like on my sleeve, just like business wear.
Business brand business wear. All right, you go down and you meet Ozma in the lobby. Ozma is dressed in a Blarvy Danger band t-shirt and some ripped jeans and kind of looks at you as you walk over and says, "Wow, that is like way fancier than I expected."
Meeting your family and like having a dinner. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't really have a lot of clothes. I have 3 outfits.
No, listen, it's great. My parents are gonna love this. They're making pot roast. I hope that's okay.
Oh yeah, I have no problems with pot roast. I don't think I've
Awesome.
ever had a pot roast actually. Now that I think about it,
Slight
what do you
issue.
put in the pot? Huh?
What?
What goes in the pot?
Like meat and vegetables? Broth?
All right, I'll take some notes on that.
Ozma gives you a weird look. And it's like, I'm sorry, which one of us did you think was the time traveler again?
Anyway, what were you saying about what was that? The comment from earlier?
Yeah. Slight problem. I don't have a car.
You know, I don't have a car either.
Like maybe
I've been
we could
bumming
just
rides off of like Iris and Dees.
Yeah, maybe we can just like do you think Dees would drive us?
Dees.
Dees isn't out in California though.
Yeah, but if you're driving, then it doesn't matter, and we could just have him, switch with us after.
Ozma's running over to the elevator and like gets all the way up to the leisure floor and is like banging on the door. Dees comes over and opens it. He says, "Oh, good, the sassy little Cosmo. What can I do for you?" And Ozma says, "I need to borrow the Stang, Dees." And so Cosmo, as you're walking over, Dees says, "Absolutely not. You are not taking my ride."
Oh, Dees, are you gonna drive us?
What?
Oh, Dees, that is such a relief because I was nervous about driving. I've never seen Ozma drive, so like, and I know you're a great driver. So if you could just like drop us off,
Drop you off where?
California.
California?
Yeah, we're getting dinner with Ozma's parents. I've never met them, so please, please, Dees.
He sighs and opens his hand, and as soon as he does, the keys are like flung into them.
What the fuck?
Which
Oh, did you make friends with the ghosts?
no, the fingies are just always ready in case I need to do something cool like that.
They're such good friends.
Yeah, I know, they're good. They're the best. Let's go. And he heads down, starts the Stang and says, "Okay, I literally never understand how this works, and to be honest with
Ozma
you,
has to drive.
Ozma has to. Do you have your license, kid?" And Ozma's like, "Yes, I have my license, Durnest." Dee's like, "Don't fucking call me that." But Ozma gets in and drives, and you're all transported back out into the desert, not too far from Little Rockefeller. And a short little hop and skip back into the outskirts, into the little suburbs. Ozma pulls the Stang outside of this pretty nice looking little like 3-bedroom house, and says, "All right, Durnest, take her around the block. We'll be, I don't know, what do you think, Cosmo, like an hour, 90 minutes?"
How long do families have dinner for? I've never had one with my family.
Ozma grimaces and like throws the keys back at Dees. This time they just like bounce off his head. And she says, "Give us 90 minutes. There's lots to do around here. There's an arcade and..."
There's an arcade?
Oh, yeah.
Is that part of family dinner?
No. What? Come on. And she pulls you out of the car and over to this little door and knocks on it. And this woman in her 50s opens the door. She's dressed modestly with this kind of long brown hair. And she's got a bright sparkle in her eyes. And she says, "Hi, Ozma." And oh my gosh, you're Cosmo.
Yeah, hi. I'm Cosmo. They stick out
Oh.
a sweaty hand.
She shakes it and turns and says, Jerry, you gotta see this. Ozma was not kidding." And this kind of portly older man comes over, and he has these little like spectacles that he pulls up to his eyes, and he says, "My God, the resemblance is uncanny. Well, come in, both of you. Dinner's just about ready. Your mom's making some pot roast." And Ozma invites you inside, Cosmo.
Follow nervously.
The interior of the house has these like older white and blue patterned tiles. You can see some worn wooden floors off in a little living room with some stairs leading up to the second story. And there's not so much a dining room as there is a nice table next to the kitchen with 4 chairs that have been set nicely. Ozma runs over and just scoots into a chair and says, "Well, come over here, take a seat."
I'll take the seat next to Ozma. Unless it looks like someone else is supposed to be sitting there.
No, it's like a square table, so you basically just wouldn't sit across from her. You'd sit one of the seats next to her.
Okay, yeah.
And shortly after, the parents come over, the Ericksons, dishing out pot roast. And Cosmo, it's wonderful.
Oh, yeah, no, they like inhale the first bowl in probably like 5 minutes when everyone else is still like maybe like just like waiting for theirs to cool. leans over to Ozma like, "Is it rude to ask for seconds? It was really good."
Mom, Cosmo wants seconds. And Mrs. Erickson
Ozma,
says,
what the fuck?
Of course. Help yourself, please. The bowl's right, the pot's right in the kitchen.
Well, thank you. Gets up to go get some more.
Yeah, you grab some more, and you come back, and you're all making idle chatter when Mr. Erickson says, "So, Cosmo, I see what Ozma was talking about."
Oh yeah, that we have the same exact face and height and build and times mannerisms. I mean, if I wasn't 5 years older, she could be my twin.
Yeah, I'll say. And you met her at your parents' place of work?
Yeah, that was like my house for a long time, but there, it's complicated. We were estranged, so I was back in town. I hadn't spent any time in that building in 7 years. And yeah, I bumped into Ozma, and it was just as what's the word? What's the best word for this? Disconcerting, as you can imagine, meeting someone who looks exactly like you with zero idea that they exist. Not that it hasn't been great. Ozma's fantastic. I just really genuinely at a loss, and it's only been about 7, 8 days, 9 days.
Oh, I'll say.
An amount of time has passed, but not a lot.
Well, it's I'm sure it wasn't easy, growing up and to hear all the horrible things that have been coming out of Heart and Stone, especially in the last day. My God.
What has come out about them?
Well, I'm sure you heard that what will be Stone passed.
Yes, I did hear about that.
I heard some sort of a body under the stage, and Mrs. Erickson elbows him and says, "Jerry, for the love of God, that is not appropriate dinner conversation." Sorry, Cosmo. So what did... Okay, Ozma mentioned that you guys are staying at some sort of hotel?
Yeah, I was between jobs. I did work in Connecticut. Yeah, it was Connecticut, at a facility. But due to some unfortunate circumstances, I ended up as a bit of a contractor working through that hotel. But the project has come to a deeply untimely end. So unfortunately, I think we probably won't be there for much longer.
Oh, dear. Well, Ozma speaks very highly of you, and if you don't mind me saying so, have you guys thought about taking like a DNA test?
I mean, I was gonna ask, but I kind of glanced at Ozma. I mean, this is so new and confusing that I wasn't trying to rush anything, but like, I would very much like to know if we're siblings, cousins. I know people can look like they're siblings, but there's like no difference between us besides our hair and somewhat of our demeanor and our age.
Well,
Like she's definitely 20, right?
She absolutely is 20. Yes, we adopted her when she was very young. Please don't take this the wrong way, and I apologize for coming off so strongly, but I work in as a private school teacher. We see a lot of kids, a lot of twins, siblings. The resemblance between you two is uncanny.
To put it lightly, Heart and Stone had an AI pretty good at facial recognition. A lot of dolphin wave technology at work there.
Jerry nods knowingly, like he has any fucking clue.
And it said we were a 95% match in terms of appearance. That seems almost impossible for just siblings.
I agree. So, Ozma...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I know your birthday's coming up, so maybe we
When's
could...
Ozma's birthday?
Oh, it's May 30th.
May 30th.
At least that's what was on the papers. suspect we might never have a real day. That we know for certain.
And there's no, and I look at Ozma for this, and I apologize for asking. I hope this isn't a sore subject for you. There's no indication or record or anything about birth parents. Because I don't know if Ozma mentioned this to you, but when I confronted the Stones about Ozma in general, I got a fake sounding, "Oh, you're adopted too?" And I don't really know how I'll get an answer on that now, but if I'm also adopted, I would like to know from where.
Of course. No, Ozma was abandoned, I'm afraid. And Jerry reaches over and like pinches a cheek and says, "And who would ever want to give up such a great kid?" Ozma's like, "Dad, fucking stop. Please."
No, you are genuinely one of the most interesting people I know, Ozma. Definitely the most interesting.
She shoots you a little smirk as you all finish your meal. And Mrs. Erickson says, "All right, I'm going to get this cleaned up. Cosmo, would you give me a hand in the kitchen?"
Oh, sure. What do you need me to do?
Help clean?
Oh, okay. Where's your broom?
The dishes, Cosmo.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Come on. And she leads you into the kitchen as Ozma and her dad chat lightly. And as you guys are washing, Mrs. Erickson says, "Hey, Ozma didn't have a lot of friends growing up. And she certainly didn't have any siblings.
Well, I guess we're alike at that regard as well."
And, I know she can be a little firecracker sometimes. We love her dearly, but I'm not afraid to say it. But, the last week since she met you, since she's been going to this magic hotel that's apparently not drugs, we talk almost every day, and she sounded a lot happier than I think she has in a long time. And
it's been a lot. I'm kind of surprised to hear that.
She speaks very highly of you, and I can see why. You seem like a really great kid.
Cosmo looks kind of teary, like trying to hide it, but like they're tearing up a little bit.
Just, I hope you'll be patient with Ozma, because no matter what she does, she means well, but,
Ozma's demeanor doesn't bother me. I hate to sound like that, like an old guy, but I was very similar to her when I was 20. Honestly, when I was like through 23. But I, graduated college, got my job. I loved my job. And I don't even want to say that I've mellowed out. I just, maybe it runs in the family, but you don't have to worry about me. I think the world of Ozma, and I was really, really honored that she wanted to share part of her life with me and let me meet you guys. I've never seen a family more loving and caring or warm, really anywhere.
She gives you kind of a weird look and says, "I think we're just kind of a normal family, but I appreciate it. And if this job ends and you're put out, I mean, Ozma's coming back home. We'd be more than happy to rent the guest room to you if you need a place."
That wouldn't put you guys out?
Don't worry about putting us out. We always try to help people, especially good people. You don't have
That
to
really
accept it
means a
either,
lot.
but just think on it.
I will. Thank you. Genuinely, thank you so much. It's been very turbulent recently, so it's very kind of you.
Yeah, your 20s will be like that, I'm afraid.
I really hope the rest of my 20s are not like that.
Cosmo, you're just about done washing dishes, and your Lola goes off, and you hear, "You've got 17 messages from Dernest Shrimp."
Okay, pardon me, Miss Erickson, let me take this really quick. I give Deese a call.
He says, "Are you done yet?"
I think almost. I just washed the dishes with Ozma's mom.
Are you done yet?
Almost. How about this? If you give me like 20 more minutes, if she serves dessert, I'll snag you some.
Okay, I'll do another lap.
Thank you, Dees. I really appreciate you.
And Cosmo, you are served a delicious slice of cherry pie. And you do ask for seconds for your gracious and courteous chauffeur.
I don't even eat it. I think about it, but I don't.
His slice?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really good cherry pie.
It was very good. And in what feels like an instant, your evening's over. And you, Ozma, and Dees are driving back to the hotel once again.
Man, Ozma, your family is really nice.
She looks up from her phone. She's like, "Oh yeah, they're good people."
They are good people.
So are you?
Sorry, I accused you of being a time traveling grandma or some other outrageous claim.
That's cool. It happens. We're good. We're good with that, though, right?
Yeah. No, I'm confident that you're probably not my time traveling grandmother.
She grimaces and says, "I'll take it until we can get a DNA test."
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That's actually kind of exciting. You know what would be crazy though?
What's that?
Half siblings.
Half siblings. Why would that be crazier than anything else?
Because if we're full-blooded siblings and we look like the exact same person, that's not uncommon, I guess. But if we're half siblings and we still look exactly the same, that means that whatever parent we take after has like the strongest genes on the planet.
She laughs, and you guys head back. Cosmo, I'm gonna give you an extra D6 of sanity.
Hooray! The power of like nice relationships and family time healed me.
And it is now the next morning as we cut over to Iris. And you have an appointment with your excellent medical professional, the good Dr. Arden, who may or may not be a doctor and is probably not a doctor.
Don't care. Trust him with my life.
So you come to meet him. Was it on the doctor's floor? Was that the name of the floor?
I don't remember, but that does fit.
It does fit. It's the doctor's floor. If it wasn't last time, it is today. And the elevator dings open as you step into that sort of carbon copy of the lobby with, like, the little doctor's offices around the corner in the back. And Arden comes over and says, "Ah, there you are. Good morning, Iris."
Good morning, Arden.
I have a bit of an exercise planned for us today.
All right.
Now, my understanding is that you're a little psychically enabled, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Well, that sort of mental elevation, there's a level of channeling that you can do with it. And I'd like to see how far we can push that, if you don't mind.
Sure.
They lead you around the back, and you see one of those crystals, the kind that is also, like you, not fully tethered to reality.
Yeah.
And Arden says, "So this is a bit of a hypothesis because we're in deeply untested waters here, but I'm wondering if perhaps you can channel some of that energy into this here crystal. Maybe he can give you some control over this here problem of yours."
Okay. I can certainly try.
All right, then. Well, go on. And I'm going to have you roll POW first.
Okay. I rolled a 69.
Is
which
that a pass?
Is a normal success.
All right. So, Iris, you start focusing on the crystal. And almost as soon as you do, you feel something push back. It's like a force that is pummeling your mind like a tornado. I need you to roll sanity for me now.
Sure. Just past that.
Okay. So you're going to take 3 points of sanity loss as you wage war against this unseen force. And as you push back further and further, tell me how many magic points are you willing to spend on this?
4.
You're willing to spend 4 points.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a bit of a gamble that I just put you through. But go ahead and you push some of your magic energy through this channel that you've opened up with this force. And as you do, you feel that feeling again. That something's wrong feeling. And in the last
Arden.
instance that you say that, as you say Arden, you hear, "Oh, that's not good." And you are both teleported.
Both as in me and the rock or me and Arden?
You and Arden. And suddenly, the ground gives out under you. There is no floor where you are relative in space and time.
Are we falling?
You
Or
are
we just-
falling. But as you start falling, you feel a sturdy arm grab you. And as you look up, you see that Arden has this firm grasp on your forearm and is sort of floating.
Okay.
Arden is looking around frantically, and in your immediate surroundings, you see ruins. Specifically, one ruin. Under you, laying almost horizontally against the ground, is the Hotel Minnesota. The air here is filled with that same red, sickly smog. And Arden says, oh dear, this is the other side, huh?
Yeah, this is what it looks like. I normally don't have company, though.
Whatever you channeled into there, it seems to have impacted a radius. I just hope I come back when you do.
Oh, I do too. That would not be awesome.
You all land on the crumbling ruins of the hotel. And Arden sort of kicks it and says, my hotel. Ah, beans, this is bad then.
Yeah, it was like this when I was driving to the first time. I couldn't tell you what direction the thing was in.
They start walking towards one of the edges and said, I gotta see something. Do you want to come down with me?
Yeah.
And they grab you again, and you both float gingerly down to the bottom. And you start walking towards the direction of the campgrounds, where the building seems to be facing. And Arden says, you know, this place is sort of I'm sure you know it's a space between spaces.
Yeah.
To know that whatever's out there has apparently been here, done that, is quite troubling.
I can imagine.
As you get over, you see that the hotel is lifted ever so slightly here. Just a matter of 4 feet off the ground. Narden bends over and looks under the sort of indent and says, oh, beans.
Checking for old Greg of the Gardens.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh.
Do you look under too?
I take a hesitant peek.
What you see is a small skeleton. Miraculously held together. That is pushing and holding the entire weight of this building up.
Wow. You know, that's kind of impressive that he's still doing that.
Well, you know what he says, right?
He never leaves.
Yeah. Can't is more like it, but he likes to pretend, or liked to. This one anyway. Well, if Greg's gone, there's certainly no hope I'd be able to have a conversation with myself.
I mean, is Greg really gone?
Here? Yeah.
There's an argument to be made that he's still right there, though.
Yeah, Arden leans under again and says, hey, Greg, what did this to you, huh? To the sweet sound of silence, they lean out and say, well, it was worth a try, I guess.
Yeah. Ooh, I pat down my pockets. Can I roll luck to see if my jacket pocket maybe has my spirit box or from a ghost hunt?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Not even his ghost can leave.
Not even my ghost can leave. Oh my god. I just passed that.
All right. So you pull out your spirit box, and Arden says, "Oh, that's a nice little contraption there."
Bear with me. I'm gonna try something silly real quick.
All right.
I turn it on and I ask, Greg, are you here?
Instead of a response through the spirit box, both you and Arden are shaken. Can you roll sanity for me again?
Yeah. I pass that.
All right. Take another 3 points of sanity loss.
Okie dokie.
As you hear crystal clear in your mind a deep rumbling voice say, "Hello, Iris."
Wow, that's not how I expected to hear anything.
Arden looks at you panicked and says, "Iris, I don't know about this.
We can stop if you want.
I don't know. I don't know what this is."
I was gonna say, do you trust me? But this isn't really a matter of trusting me. It's just kind of a matter of trusting the universe. And the universe here is kind of fucked up, so.
Arden nods hesitantly and says, "I trust you, kid."
Okay. What happened here?
The voice says, "I happened." Roll sanity for me again.
Oh boy. Still past it.
Okay. Take 1 point of sanity loss. And the voice says, "We happened."
Okay. When?
Roll sanity for me again.
Yep. Past that.
Take another point of sanity loss. As the voice says, "Soon."
Okay. Can I go back now with Arden?
Roll sanity.
Past that.
Take 4 points of sanity loss. As the voice says, "That is not up to us, Iris."
I've been gripping the high hell out of Arden's arm this whole time, by the way.
Yeah, Arden has been gripping the high hell out of your arm too. And you all hear a rumbling far in the distance. And as both you and Arden look up, you see that enormous red eye again. Iris,
Okay.
Iris, you gotta get us back there.
I'm gonna think real hard about it and do my best to do that. Can I attempt to do what I did with the rock?
Yep. Can you roll POW for me?
Yes, I pass.
All right. And one more sanity roll.
I rolled a 100.
Okay, great. You're gonna take 7 points of sanity loss.
Cool.
And how many magic points would you like to expend?
I'll spend 5. Just one more than I did to get here.
All right, excellent. So you do that, and you and Arden are transported next to Greg's RV. And Greg says, "Hello, Iris and Arden. Where the fuck did you come from?"
I'm drenched in sweat and I look horrified.
How did you... Invisibility charm? Invisibility charm, am I right?
I shake my head.
Arden is like shaking and sweating too. It's like, "Iris, what the fuck was that?"
That was the thing.
That's the harvester entity?
Yeah.
Oh my, that world, that whole planet, that whole universe.
The last time, it's not empty. I need you to know that. I need you to know it's not empty because the last time I was there and it was like that, I was chased by a horde.
A horde of what?
People, things. I didn't really stop to examine it. I was just kind of running for my life.
Wow, my head hurts. That's a first. That's a problem.
Yeah. It's certainly not a vacation.
You said you got a hold of that power when you were eaten by something.
The metal thing that ate Chris's nephew's leg.
The thing that's made up of the
Liquid metal, it looked like. And then when it died, a bunch of corpses exploded out of it.
What the fuck is Caldera doing? What the fuck are they getting involved with?
Did Chris leave yet?
No, Chris has not left yet.
It may be worth knowing I say to Arden that Chrys and his brother are going to investigate the metal thing.
Well, I say
Because
that
apparently there was a guy that knew about it like 100 years ago.
100 years ago. The fuck is that even possible?
I don't know.
This thing shoulda. When the game started, and those folks who didn't make it, the heart and the stone, they scooped them all up. But that should be tied to the game. How long has this been going on for?
So the thing with the game is we talked to Brad once about it, and this was like way before we were ever supposed to be able to be allowed up there. He said it was just kind of training because there was a cosmic entity that was coming, but they didn't know when or how to stop it.
Well, I guarantee you there were some people on the other side that were trained too. You can see how much good that did them. I gotta process this a little bit there, Iris. You certainly caught me off guard there.
Yeah, I don't think either of us were expecting a start to the day like that. I guess is how I'll word that.
Word of friendly advice. Maybe you should let your friend Chrys know what he's getting himself into there.
I think I will. Thank you.
I'll leave it in your hands then. I gotta go there, Iris.
Yeah. Have a better rest of your morning.
Arden nods uncertainly and kind of stumbles off. Now, Chrys, you've gotten your stuff ready. Your flights are all booked. You are ready for a 45-minute airport adventure.
We.
And you, Mouse, and Klaus are down in the lobby getting ready to go when you see Iris stumble in, sweaty as can be.
Oh, Chris like runs up to Iris and he's like, "Are you okay?"
No. I just had my doctor's appointment thing with Arden, and it went about as bad as one could ever imagine it could go. I know how to deal with red hell better now, kind of, but I don't know if I will literally ever have the strength in me to do that again. Additionally, I need you to know that I think the metal thing that you're researching, we know it's connected to red hell, but like me and Arden just like talked to the harvester entity.
You talk to it?
Yeah. And I just they said it would probably be best to maybe warn you, and I know that you're aware to like not get eaten by the metal thing, but just like be careful, please. Like be so careful.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely don't want to be alternate dimensioned or goopified. So
Yeah.
Chris writes that down. Be careful. Okay. I mean, but like, you're okay though? Like, you're not like traumatized any more than you already are?
You know. uh, could have had a better morning. I'm not gonna lie, but it could have gone way worse if I didn't radius effect drag Arden with me.
Yeah, you had a friend? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, a friend that knows how to levitate, especially when you're like, I look up at the ceiling, however many stories up the medical level is.
Did I know that Arden could levitate?
I didn't.
Okay. I'm gonna and Chris, I'm assuming, also does not know. He's like, what the fuck?
No, none of you have ever seen Arden's little feet leave the ground.
But,
Okay.
you know, levitation revelation, not exactly as exciting as being 30 billion feet in the air and then there's a whole destroyed building under you.
What building?
The one we're in.
Oh,
Greg's skeleton was there, so that's cool.
Wait, who?
Greg of the Gardens.
Oh, Greg. I thought you said Greg Skeleton. I was like, who's Greg
Oh, our
Skeleton?
good friend Greg Skeleton.
Greg.
Beloved tin character, Greg Skeleton.
That's horrifying.
He was like, I think maybe the world's most ripped skeleton because he was holding the whole building up. Well, like, not
Like-
up as in like upright, just like not crushing his skeleton. Like he was on the ground doing like a full extension, holding it up.
I thought he was like squatting the building as he died, and then like he just stayed like that.
I mean, maybe he like started squatting, but he definitely ended up like on the ground.
Damn. R.I.P. Greg Skeleton.
I tried to talk to his ghost, and then that thing talked to me and Arden in the brain. So that was fucked up.
I was packing this morning.
That's a better morning.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd much rather be packing before going to the airport than being in a different dimension.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So I'm glad that you had that.
I'm glad you're not dead.
Oh, me too. I think I need to go take a nap before we do stuff today, though. So
Take like a relaxing bath. Take a nap.
yeah,
Um,
you have good safe travels.
Thank you. We will not get hurt. I promise. We're all gonna come back okay.
Please do.
We will. We're okay.
Cosmo, do you need a chance to say goodbye to Chrys too?
Yeah, I want to. I want to like walk. Actually, well, I don't know if this would be around the same time that I'm getting back from my dinner, if that's how time works.
No,
Or
it's
if,
the next day. So you got back, you rested.
Okay, then yeah, I'm sneaking down into the lobby to pretend that I've been hired to play the piano again when I see my sweaty friend Iris and my non-sweaty friend Chrys, and I kind of walk up like, "Hey, oh Chrys, you guys heading out? Iris, did you go for a run?
No,
Well, how about I'd get you some coffee and we'll have us sit together, yeah?
I'd like that.
Okay. I grab Iris's hand and I'm like, Chrys, please be careful.
We will be super duper careful. We're the three musketeers. It's Mouse, Klaus, and Chrys. I don't really fit in too much, but it's okay.
Of course you fit in. They're family, but you also fit in as our third musketeer. So don't forget that, because if you don't come back, we're going to be down a Chrys, and I can't live with that.
Yeah, I'm a third
It's true,
musketeer
we'll have
times
to-
2.
We'll have to come hunt you down and then talk to your ghost. And we're
Yeah.
not gonna let you sleep well about it.
Yeah, I don't care if the game is over and we don't need to be a team anymore. I'm not getting another player. So if you die, Chrys, your ghost is getting enlisted. So that probably isn't the way you want to spend your afterlife. I recommend that you practice the utmost caution and don't have anything bad happen to you.
I will not let you guys haunt me as a ghost. I'm not gonna die.
You're right, because I will haunt your dead ass.
Mouse comes over and says, Chrys, come on, we got 45 minutes of airport shenanigans. You ready?
Yeah. And Chrys like hugs Iris and Cosmo real fast, and then he's like, "We'll be back safe."
See you later.
Bye. I would give you that big squeeze. I'd take Iris to Blumpkin.
Hey everyone, it's Max here for your regularly scheduled ad break. What's up? Thanks for listening to episode 56 of The Reflection Game. I wanted to take an extra minute out of your day today and kind of talk about like what's coming up with the show and tell you a little bit about maybe where we are, where we're gonna be going, and that sort of thing. So this is episode 56. Technically, in season 3, this is episode 60 because we've had 4 holiday specials and we got Halloween coming up in like a month, which is 2 months. Still crazy that we're coming up to Halloween again. But I think there was a world where this was going to be pretty close to the end of season 3, and you can kind of feel it, right? There's this very clear, at least I hope it's a very clear escalation, and it sort of feels like things are reaching this pivotal moment, hopefully. If I had to give it like a best case scenario, I'd like to say we're probably about halfway done with the season. In practice, I suspect it's going to be a little over halfway done with season 3, but we have so much more exciting stuff in the works still, and I really hope that by the time we reach the end, this is going to be a season that people look on as fondly as they do seasons 1 and 2. And that's both me, you, and my wonderful co-stars. I hope that everyone can really come together and enjoy, this crazy story. I think no matter what, this is going to be the biggest story I've ever told, maybe even the biggest story the show ever does. So thank you for being a part of it. And as part of it, and don't take this as anything more than the ramblings of a madman, I suspect probably in the next few months, however many months, I actually might hang up the GM hat for a little bit and maybe pass it to one of my co-stars to do like a little mini side adventure, supplementary lore shenanigans. Nothing set in stone yet. Nothing may come of it. But I will say, it is a lot to do it every week. And it's nice when I can sort of pause. And if I can do that in a way that's good for me, good for my co-stars, and, be good for me mentally, emotionally, physically, sort of help take a burden off, I will not say no to something like that. So, again, nothing set in stone, but that's sort of like that's the update for you. I hope you appreciated it. And I would appreciate if you would tell a friend. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe. You know the drill, all that good stuff. And of course, patreon.com/tincast, which is our financial support for the show. You all know the drill. You know how it goes. If you want to check it out, feel free. Next week, I think hopefully next week, you'll get a sneak preview at the end of the episode of our third part of Fool's Gold, which was August's Patreon extravaganza. And I think we got one more episode of that coming out at the end of September. Fool's Gold has been a lot of fun. I know I've talked about it before. It's like a potential pilot for season 4. So could be good to check out, get an early idea. Of course, we're always looking for feedback on this stuff. So, it'd mean the world to us if you check it out. And of course, if you're a $10 patron, this is the part of the show where I thank you, which is why it's time to thank Mango, Amanda Krondar, Morgan Wolfbrandt, Emily Laderna, Smarties, Charlie Rose, Adam Carpenter, and Marco Malmstrom for their continued support of the show. Thank you all so much. I definitely think I've taken up enough of your time, and I know everyone's been waiting for Chrysanthemum Hawthorne's 45-minute airport extravaganza, and I don't want to keep you from that. So we'll get right into that. We'll see you next week. Until then, stay safe, drink lots of water, and take care. All right, so Chrys, after 45 minutes of airport shenanigans go by, and they're horrible. They're just
we got
dreadful.
Lost like 3 times.
Yeah, and it's like a one-way airport, so like it's kind of a miracle that you got lost 3 different times.
Yeah.
But after a short flight, you touch down safely, about like a half hour out of McAfee Ridge. And Mouse books you guys a bloober, like the only one in like a 20-mile radius to take you deep into the heart of the town. And your trip goes pretty smoothly. McAfee Ridge is a very small town. The main street has all of 4 buildings. You see they got like a library, little general store. They got an Appalachiabees. Can't forget the Appalachiabees. And there's also a store, or maybe a service building, called Tours R Us, which does appear to have the severed head of a Bloffrey giraffe from a different similar brand R Us, just kind of like stapled to the building.
Smart.
Mouse is like, did they like buy up the assets?
I don't think there was any legal purchase involved with that.
He says, what makes you think that? As the car keeps driving. And takes you up through the winding woods onto eventually a dirt road where the blooper pulls up in front of this absolutely decrepit mansion. This place has like holes in the ceiling, windows are broken, there's like 3 large of those like rentable dumpsters in the driveway, and the blooper driver says, "This is the place."
Chrys looks at his notepad where he definitely wrote down the address.
According to what Mouse told you about the Blegs List article, this is the place.
Chrys is like, yep, I guess so.
All right, well, get out of my car. Mouse
Okay.
like scoops up Klaus and scrambles out.
Chrys like takes his time getting out. He's like fumbling with his bag.
Yeah,
You know,
you get all the bags out, and Mouse says, "God, maybe we should have found like a motel first."
if there's a a lodging situation around here, I can assume it's not gonna be very full.
Yeah, I guess. I just let's figure out what this Stanley guy wants so we can put our stuff down.
Okay. Yep. We walk
I'll-
up.
Can you can you take the lead?
Yeah. And Chrys like takes the lead. He walks up. Is there a gate?
There's not a gate, but there is like a 5-step porch leading up to the old wooden door.
Gross. Okay. He goes up to the door, and is there like a doorbell?
There's one of those like latches.
This place, fucking 5 stairs, a door knocker. Chrys like, dong dong dong. He like knocks on the door.
Yeah, you hear a coming. And after a brief moment, the door swings open. You see a man. He's got like this huge head of like brown hair that's just all sticking up. And he's dressed very business formal. He's talking on his cell phone with one hand. He says, "Hold on a second. Are you here for the windows?"
Yeah, we're responding to the Craigslist thing.
Oh my
The
God.
delivery.
Hang on one second. No, these aren't the window guys. No, they're here for something else. I don't know. Goodbye. And he hangs up and says, "The Blegs List article. Thank goodness someone responded to that."
Yep, we are here to respond to that.
Right.
What are we delivering?
It's a bit of a long story. Give me 1 second. I have to make a very quick call. I have a mini fridge around the corner with some waters and alcoholic beverages. Help yourself to them. I'll be right back. And he scurries off and sort of leaves you in the decrepit mansion.
Okie dokie, thanks.
Mouse,
He like leans back to Mouse and he's like, "This is fucking weird, right?"
Mouse turns to Klaus and says, "Don't breathe this in. There's probably asbestos."
And Chrys turns around and he's like, "No alcohol for you either. Don't even think about it."
Mouse looks at you and is like, "When was that ever going to be an option?
There's alcohol. He said there's alcohol in the mini fridge.
There's alcohol everywhere. I don't give it to my son."
Well, no, I don't assume you give it to him, but kids are kids.
Do you
Just
want
gotta lay the ground rules.
Do you want a water?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't have asbestos in it.
Hopefully not. I'm pretty thirsty too. And Mouse scampers into the kitchen, and you hear like some rustling around as he comes back out with 3 water bottles, and he passes you one.
Yeah. Is it cold?
It is cold. It's nice and cold.
Yes. Perfect. The mini fridge works. We love that.
And before too long, Stanley comes back out, and he's clutching this brown box. And it's got these ornate carvings on it. And he says, "Okay, are you guys like cool? You chill?"
Yeah, we're pretty chill.
Okay, are you chill like, say, on a magical level?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No
Okay, cool. Awesome. That's hopefully what's gonna make what's gonna happen next a lot easier to deal with. And he opens the box, and inside you see this blue dagger.
Okay. What is it beautiful?
It's ornate. It is gorgeous. But Chrys, you can even feel it from here. There is some sort of energy radiating off of this thing. Stanley says, "Don't be shy. I'm holding the box open. Grab it, give it a little wave."
A little Mouse, you do it.
Mouse is like, "I'm not touching that thing. You grab it."
All right. Put Klaus behind you.
Yeah, Mouse sort of like shuffles Klaus behind him.
All right. I pick up the knife and I like, ooh.
Yeah, so as you do that, this cloud of blue fog starts enveloping the room. And from the floorboard rises a spectral figure. You see he has a hood. Beneath the hood are these two glowing red eyes. His face is still kind of has skin, but it's translucent. You can see there's a skull underneath. And as the rest of this figure emerges, you see that he's almost completely draped in this robe. When he finishes, he says, "I live again." And Stanley says, "Fucking hell, we do this every time. Sven, these are the guys that are going to help you. Go introduce yourself." And the spirit kind of shakes and is like, "Hello.
Hello, spirit.
You,
Spectre.
you have been chosen to aid me on my quest."
Oh, what is your quest?
Stanley's like, "Can you please do this outside?" I'm sorry, I've heard about his quest like 8 times, and I'm just tired of hearing about the quest.
Okay, so when we're done with this quest, we don't I don't know what the compensation was gonna be, but we don't really need money. We actually have a few questions for you. If we could, have a bit of your time as payment.
Oh, sure, I'm sure I could pencil you in after delivery.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, my friend.
And the specter says, "I need to be delivered into the heart of my mortal enemy."
Okay, hold on. Before you start, he doesn't want to hear about this again. Let's go outside.
As you lead the specter out, you see that it appears to be kind of tethered relative to where the dagger is held. So
Okay.
as you move outside, Sven is sort of dragged along the floor following you.
On his feet?
On his feet, yeah.
Okay, cool. That would have been really funny if he was like, "Whoa."
No, it's sort of just he's literally just being moved in space and time evenly.
All right, cool.
And you bring him outside and he says, "There lives a man deep in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains named Sylvester." And Mouse is like, "Oh no, Chrys, that's the guy."
Yep. The name rang a bell. Hold on, I'm writing this down.
And Sven says, "Hundreds of years ago, he betrayed me on his quest for immortality. I must have my revenge."
So, you want us to murder this dude? Is that
"I need you to plunge the dagger into his heart."
right? But is he alive?
Mouse is clutching Klaus's ears to make sure he doesn't hear any of this. As Sven says, "Yes, he has lived for hundreds of years."
Oh, the whole immortality thing. Right. Awesome. Killing an immortal being. I don't know what day it is, but that's a normal day for me.
The ghost is like, "Really?"
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not employed, so I don't really keep track of what day it is.
"Are you also part of an ancient and powerful order of assassins?"
No. I don't, not to my knowledge.
Mouse comes over and says, "Mr. Spirit, can I talk to my brother, please, alone?" And Sven says, "Yes, simply wave the dagger 3 more times, and I will return to it."
Sick. Chrys waves it 3 times.
Yeah, he goes, and gets sucked back in.
Oh god, I kind of feel bad about that.
"Chrys,
Yeah?
that's the guy.
I know that's the guy. Things are piecing together.
We can't just kill him.
Well, I didn't say we were gonna kill him, but
We
that's
kind
part
of
of
said
the
we were
quest.
going to kill him."
No, I asked if he was alive, and I asked if he wanted us to murder him, but I didn't say we would do it.
"Are we going to do it? We can't do that."
I mean, I don't know. We kind of need answers.
You can't
Right?
get answers out of a dead guy.
No, you can't. But this guy here might know. Well, we could ask the dead guy before we kill him, and then come back here, have tea with. What's
I don't like this guy either.
Well, I don't like any of them. I don't fucking like Sven, and he almost waves it 3 times, and then he's like, oh,
You see like that blue fog start and then it just like dissipates again. He
all
says,
right. I mean, go ahead.
"Oh my god, oh my god. Is this what you do, Chris? I kind of knew that like something like this could happen, but like I didn't think this was going to happen."
We don't usually like kill humans. It's not part of our like daily routine.
Memories of Legendary come flooding back.
That's why I said daily routine.
Now it says, okay, what if we get a motel room and we try to sort this all out with this thing there?
Okay, I mean, it'll give us some time to think and like not have Sven around. So that, yeah, that works.
My God, is there like a daycare? I don't know if I want to take Klaus on this.
Shit, we gotta. Okay, we'll look. We'll look. We'll look around because we don't need Klaus with us when I cover his ears when we might murder a man.
Chris, I don't know if I can go through with killing a man.
Well, you don't have to. I can do it. You just have to.
Chris!
What? You know? Okay, listen. The zucchini stand did a lot of things to me, man. So like, you live a hard life. You do things on the street. $20,000 every like 2 weeks on zucchinis. What do you think?
Why did you get so much zucchini?
No, not until recently.
At this point, Stanley Kubernetes comes out and stands on the patio and says, "Okay, you guys gonna do the thing?
Yep, we are gonna do it.
And you're gonna kill that guy, right?
Whatever the quest is, we'll do it."
Okay, thank you. Because I'm like, oh my God, it was cool. This is like my granddad's house, and his dad went insane or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to get it refurbished to sell it, and I found the fucking dagger. It was cool. Like the first like 2 or 3 times, Sven pops up and talks all about his quest and killing a guy. Oh my God, after that, it's just so tiring.
Can you not just like bury the knife somewhere or something?
I hadn't thought about that.
What? You didn't think about just like storing it away somewhere and never looking at it again?
Maybe that's what I should do. And Mouse is like, hang on, no, we'll do the thing. We're gonna kill the guy. Don't worry.
Yeah, there could be an earthquake. It could get shaken up again. You never know. So it might be best to just,
Yep, best to get it done with by professionals. And my brother is nothing if not a professional.
Chris like tips his hat that he doesn't have.
Stanley crosses his arms and says, "What sort of experience do you have there, bud?"
I do have a little bit of a superhero / paranormal experience.
What do you mean by superhero experience?
It's superhero business. I can't really like spread the information. I can say what I do, but like I can't tell people like the specifics,
He thinks on it and decides it's not worth his time to pursue this further. Says, "Good enough. Best of luck, gentlemen."
Thank you, and we'll be back when we finish to have that conversation.
Yeah, sure, conversation. That's right. We'll pencil you guys in.
Do you have like a phone or something maybe?
A phone?
Yeah, just in case like shit goes down. We could just let you know that Sven might be coming back to haunt you or something.
Right. Yes. Lola, send the gentleman my phone number, please. And you hear, "Oh, right away," as you hear little dings on your phones. And Mouse is like,
"Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Fuck, we're gonna have to get an Uber back."
We sure are. Hey, listen, really quickly, before we go, 2 questions for you. Not like crazy questions. Hotel situations, like what's up with that around here?
Oh, yes. There's the Super Deluxe Motel.
Super Deluxe.
There's the Dingle Motel.
I'm sold.
Mouse is like, "Chris, we can't take Klaus there."
All right, sorry. What was the third one you were gonna say?
Oh, there's a Blilton.
All right, they might have like a continental breakfast situation there, so we'll see. And also daycares maybe.
Daycares. I don't know. I'm not really from around here. You'd probably have to inquire in town.
All right. All right, works for us. All right, well, thank you. We appreciate that, and we'll keep you updated.
All right, TTFN.
All right. And Chrys turns around.
And Chrys, you head out with your new ancient prophecy and quest bestowed upon you, an opportunity to learn more about this curse that's afflicted your nephew and maybe about the larger mysteries at hand. And we'll catch up with all three of you next time.
Yeah.